Hello and welcome everybody to the February 11th, 2026 meeting of the Reading Zoning Hearing Board. Uh, if you are not currently having your case heard or speaking on behalf of that case, please keep your Zoom set to mute so we don't have any interruptions. I'd like to first introduce the members of the board. Phil?
Philip Rabina, member of the board.
Charlie?
Charlie Jones, member of the board.
Jeff?
Jeff Gatone, member of the board.
And Tom?
He's muted.
And you're muted, Tom.
Tom Fox, member of the board.
There we are.
Thank you. And I'm Jared Bartz, chairman of the board. Our solicitor is Mr. Steve.
Steve Price, solicitor.
And Emily.
Emily Diaz-Melendez with the planning office.
Okay. We have some decisions to render from last month's meeting. Mr. Price, can you take that away?
I certainly can. So there's two items on the agenda that are continued: 509 North 6th Street and 551 Gordon Street. So the two appeals that need to be rendered are 658 North 6th Street, which is appeal 2512-0040. And is there a motion to approve that relief requested, subject to the conditions in the written decision?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Questions or comments on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the other decision that needs to be rendered is appeal 2512-0041, 117, 125, 133, and 133R Cedar Street. It's the City of Reading parking lot. Is there a motion to approve that requested relief?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Are there questions or comments on the motion? All right, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? Ayes have it. With that, we'll turn it over to Mr. Mooney to enter his appearance. He has the two appeals, which are 100 North 5th Street and 150 North 5th Street. And then we'll have Emily sworn in, and she can do what she needs to do, and then I'll put the exhibits into the record. Okay? So Keith, you want to enter your appearance?
My name is Keith Mooney. I'm with the law firm of Barley Snyder, located at 2775 Century Boulevard, Wyomissing, PA 19610. And I am representing the applicants in both zoning hearings this morning or this evening. Middle Holdings LLC for 100 North 5th Street and Walnut Street Holdings LLC for 150 North 5th.
All right, we'll take the 150 North 5th Street first, please, and we'll have Emily sworn in.
Swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Emily, has this property been posted?
It has.
All right, let me put some exhibits into the record. Exhibit number 1 is notice of the hearing. Exhibit number 2 is proof of posting of the notice. Exhibit number 3 is proof of publication of the notice. Exhibit number 4 is the application, including all of its attachments. And exhibit number 5 is the zoning ordinance of the City of Reading as amended. And then Mr. Mooney, will go back to you, and I believe you're going to do an offer of proof. And if we have any supplemental questions, we'll ask your witnesses who I know are present.
Yep. For this one, we would have present Mr. Mark Chrisman, who is the architect who's designed the project at 150 North 5th Street. Mr. Chrisman would testify that Walnut Street Holdings owns 150 North Fifth Street in the city of Reading, that he has been retained by Walnut Street Holdings to design the project in question. As the architect for Walnut Street Holdings, he has been authorized to pursue the zoning relief that has been requested for 150 North Fifth Street on behalf of Walnut Street Holdings. He would describe the project as 4 commercial units on the first floor with 8 apartments on the second floor. The commercial units would consist of both the first floor and the mezzanine areas, which we believe clears up the in the hailstone memo, the discrepancy as to the square footage. She thought there were 8 units, and there are only 4 units, and each unit has an area on the first floor and on the mezzanine. So we're well above the square footage requirement that the ordinance has for the commercial space. He would testify that there are 8 residential apartment units on the second and third floors, and that the 8 apartment units consist of 2 efficiencies, 2 one-bedroom apartments, and 4 two-bedroom units. With regard to the 2 one-bedroom units, we are requesting relief in the amount of 3 square feet per unit as a result of the internal structural makeup of the building, and that is less than 1% of each of the units, and there's a 10% allowance for the structural makeup in the special exception section of the ordinance. So we believe we meet that, and we're requesting the 1% relief that we're asking on the dimensions for those apartments.
Is this the corner of Walnut and North Fifth Street?
Yes, there's a picture in the packet, but if you know, Steve, you remember where the old dry cleaner was?
Yeah, Yorgi.
Remember the building directly across the street that used to have the cafe in the bottom? Sometimes the Democratic committee was in there.
Yeah.
That big building.
Yep, I got it. And it was recently used by a doctor or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That clears it up. All right. Yep. All right. I just wanted to make sure.
He would testify that in his reading of the zoning ordinance, 1.5 spaces per dwelling unit must be supplied within 300 feet of the building, and the applicant is proposing to locate 12 spaces at 147 North Fifth Street within 300 feet of the building. He believes that the proposed project is consistent with the City of Reading Comprehensive Plan. He believes that the property is suitable for the use desired and that the proposed request is consistent with the goals, objectives, and policies established within the zoning ordinance. He believes that the proposed project does not create any undue concentration of population. He believes that the project does not create a threat to the public health or safety. And he believes that the project is not detrimental to the appropriate use of adjacent properties through the generation of significant nuisances or hazards. And lastly, he believes the project is consistent with the uses located in the surrounding neighborhood. That would be the offer of proof.
Would Mr. Schuman agree to defend the 100th block of North Fifth Street with his armored car? I'm very familiar with all these properties, and I know the parking at 147 because that used to be our building.
So,
yep. Any questions for either Mr. Mooney or any of the witnesses that he would have had testify?
I have none.
Anybody in the audience have any questions? Do I hear something? No. Okay.
Oh, and the last thing, Mr. Price, I submitted the deed earlier, and I'd asked that the board take judicial notice of the deed for the property that shows that Walnut Street Holdings owns the property.
All right. Yep, that's so admitted. That'll be number 6. All right. Is there anybody in the audience that wants to give testimony for this application? Okay, seeing none. Anybody in the audience want to give testimony against this application? Emily, do you have any other comments that you want to make?
No, Mr. Mooney was able to clear up any concerns I had earlier.
Okay. All right. With that, we'll close this evidentiary hearing or portion of the hearing. Mr. Mooney, obviously, you know that we have a workshop session between now and March. A decision will be rendered at the March meeting. You don't have to be present. A copy will be mailed to you, and we'll go from there.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
So we'll move to the next hearing.
One pause though, weren't we supposed to do something about the continuance for Gordon Street?
They requested it in writing.
And we did it already. It's they
Yeah,
haven't
once-
gone back.
They waived their rights under the MPC, so we're okay.
Okay, that's it. Good.
All right, so we'll move on to appeal 2601-0002, 100 North Fifth Street, with respect for a special exception for the Happy Village Daycare. Emily, can we have you sworn in, please?
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Emily, has this property been posted?
It has.
Okay, I'll put some exhibits into the record. Exhibit number 1 is proof of posting. Exhibit number 2 is proof of publication. Exhibit number 3 is the notice. Exhibit number 4 is the application, including all of its attachments. And exhibit number 5 is the zoning ordinance of the city of Reading as amended. With that, we'll have Mr. Mooney enter his appearance, and we'll go from there with an offer of proof.
Again, my name is Keith Mooney with the law firm of Barley Snyder, located at 2755 Century Boulevard, Wyomissing, PA 19610. I have with me Anna Ruiz. And Anna, who is the daycare, her name? Could you? Anna.
Yes.
Yes. The daycare owner is?
Yes, Maria Castro.
Can you spell that? The last name?
Castro, C-A.
Oh, I got you now. Maria Castro.
Yes.
All right. So between Miss Castro and Miss Ruiz, the testimony will be as follows: that Miss Castro is the sole member of Happy Village Daycare LLC. That Happy Village Daycare LLC has a lease with Middle Holdings LLC for a portion of 100 North Fifth Street to put in a daycare facility. That Middle Holdings LLC owns the property at 100 North Fifth Street. The proposed project would be a daycare center consistent with the project layout that was shown in the application packet. I believe it shows portions of the first floor and portions of the lower level. She proposes to service upwards of 20 children, depending what the state will approve. The plan utilizes space in the former Abraham Lincoln. Projects located in the commercial core zoning district. The use is permitted in the commercial core zoning district by special exception. She's leasing more than 480 square feet of habitable floor area, exclusive of halls, bathrooms, offices, kitchens, locker rooms, and related areas. She plans to provide services to more than 7 children. She will agree to provide the appropriate state license or certification prior to receiving a certificate of occupancy. She agrees to conduct child care drop-off and pickup consistent with the plan provided in the application. The one element of the special exception that we cannot meet, we're asking for variances. We agree that the proposed daycare does not have 400 square feet of fenced outdoor play area, nor is it within 500 feet of a playground that is available for use by children. However, we are proposing an indoor play area. I provided photos of that area to Ms. Melendez earlier today. I hope they got distributed. The area is approximately 1,500 square feet in the lower level of the Abraham Lincoln. So it's more than 3 times the size of the required amount of outdoor square footage. It would just be inside. And Ms. Melendez would expect to convert that into a play area with padded floors and available for ball play and other things by the children in her charge.
And just for the board, I don't know if you remember this, you guys approved a daycare on the 500 block of Walnut Street many years ago. And that's been in operation for probably 20 years, and they're able to accommodate probably 25 or 30 children there, and they do the same thing that is being proposed here at the Abe Lincoln.
And the reason behind the request for the variance is there's no real safe outdoor space in Center City, Reading for children to play. And we believe that this is obviously the safest alternative.
Good.
We believe the proposed project is consistent with the City of Reading comprehensive plan. We believe the property is suitable for the use desired, and the proposed request is consistent with the goals, objectives, and policies established within the zoning ordinance. We believe the proposed project does not create an undue concentration of population. We believe the proposed project creates no threat to the public health or safety. We believe the proposed project is not detrimental to the appropriate use of adjacent properties through the generation of significant nuisances or hazards. We believe the project is consistent with the uses located in the surrounding neighborhood. We believe that the project will not impair any adequate supply of light and air to adjacent properties. We believe that the project will not substantially increase traffic congestion along the streets that service it or create a traffic safety hazard. We believe that, go ahead.
Mr. Mooney, just going forward though, usually the board, if they approve it, they put a condition in that you have to provide the appropriate separation between the children and any other tenant by, security gates or whatever, so the kids are protected.
Understood. We believe that the state regulates that through their inspection process and what they will permit.
Okay.
We believe that locating a daycare center in the city of Reading creates a unique physical circumstances, in part due to the fact that the neighborhood has no outdoor play area or space and is traditionally a commercial business center. But we believe that the use is adequate for a commercial business center because it fits the needs of the people. We believe that because of such physical circumstance or condition, there's no possibility that the property can be developed in strict conformity with the provisions of the chapter. We believe that such unnecessary hardship has not been created by the applicant. We believe that the variance, if authorized, will not alter the essential character of the neighborhood or district in which the property is located, nor substantially or permanently impair the appropriate use or development of adjacent property, nor be detrimental to public welfare. We believe that the variance, if authorized, will represent the minimum variance that will afford relief and will represent the least modification possible of the regulation at issue. And that would be the offer of proof.
Do members of the board have any questions for Mr. Mooney or his witnesses?
I have a question for Mr. Mooney.
Yes.
And Mr. Mooney, this is a mathematical growth question for you as a former calculus student. Now, really, I'm concerned about what I'm going to ask because it'll affect possibly my decision with respect to drop-off. The application, the plan which was denied had a statement that was going to be approximately 7 students in the daycare. Mr. Mooney, you just mentioned that now there will be upward to 20. I looked at the report, which came to us just today at 2:40 p.m., and it says however, based on the floor plan submitted, there is a maximum occupant load of 117. I would wish that we would have had, or you could come up with, or maybe part of the plan before our next meeting, a more definitive answer, because with a possible 117, that to me is going to present a possible drop-off problem if the drop-off problem is in fact on Walnut Street, which is a racetrack. So I'll take that in mind and see what you can do with it.
I'll tell you this first. The drop-off, this is the Abraham Lincoln, so the drop-off would be on 5th Street in the drop-off cutout area at the Abraham Lincoln.
Right.
Still a problem. At the 7 versus 7, May 17, which you mentioned, But if this thing would grow to 117, drop off on North Fifth Street, that could present a problem.
We do have an alternate plan if it grows to that large. The alternate plan would be to allow people to come into the Abraham Lincoln parking garage, which is also controlled by the owner of this building. Why Missing Holdings? They could park and then walk their kids down the ramp in the parking garage to the daycare.
And you'll provide that to us prior to our meeting. That'd be excellent as far as easy access from that proposed parking area to the thing without even traversing any streets should that occur.
We can provide you a writing. I believe is everyone familiar with the Abraham Lincoln parking garage, or do we need to provide a diagram of the parking garage?
I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times.
I have
A verbal would be fine for me.
Well, I'm telling you that's the alternative plan, is that people would drive in to the parking garage, park their car, and then walk their children down the ramp in the parking garage into the Abraham Lincoln.
Thank you.
Any other members of the board have any questions for Mr. Mooney? Yes, Mr. Jones?
I have just a comment. Because of my relationship with Mr. Schuman, I will recuse myself from this application.
Okay. All right. And Mr. Olson, I didn't mean to ignore you earlier. I see you up in the corner there. Do you have any comments or questions?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Not at this point. I do have something I'd like to say at the end.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions for Mr. Mooney or his witnesses? Seeing none. Anybody in the audience want to make a comment either in favor or against this application? Seeing none. Now, Mr. Olson, we'll turn it over to you. Mr. Olson's our new zoning administrator, I guess the last couple months?
Yes, I am learning a new job. I didn't think I could do it, but I am, and I've been with the city now. I'm in my second month. I retired after 32 years of a very successful run of a good practice, and I felt that I was not ready to hang it up and just go sailing into the sunset. So with my wife's permission, I was allowed to seek employment, and the city said okay. And what I would like to do is, in learning my job, I would like to ask if I could be invited to your workshop meeting to see how you conduct it.
Sure.
I would enjoy that very much. When I was on the other side of the table and I was chair of the Planning Commission, I learned from you all the best way to do this kind of review process is to have a workshop. And that way, when you have your regular voting meeting, all of the decisions have been worked out and everything is copacetic. And I think we've been able to make the Planning Commission work a lot smoother. So I'm looking forward to my time helping the Community Development Office. And I'm looking forward to working with you gentlemen. And I would like to, Steve, if you could just send me an email.
I will.
As to when your workshop is, I would love to attend and learn from you all.
Certainly, we'll do that. And it comes with a complimentary breakfast too, Lee.
Okay, that's right.
All right, I'll make sure Glenda Hoppy, my secretary / paralegal, gets a hold of you. Emily attends sometimes, but yeah, it usually will be in like 2 weeks, and we do it about 8:30 in the morning, and usually takes about an hour or so, and we hash it all out. So I'll make sure you get invited.
Okay. That early, huh?
Well, we can do it. Well, Jared's still one of the few of us that works a lot, and he's got to be out on the job site. So,
well, if Gatone can make it at 8:30, so can I.
Okay. All right, I'll make sure you get on the email thread.
Thank you, Steve, so much.
And Mr. Price, I have one other thing. I have submitted the deed also again for this property to Ms. Melendez, and I'd ask that the board take judicial review of that as well.
Not a problem. That'll be number 6.
Okay.
Is there anything else for the good of the order other than me to have Glenda reach out to everybody to coordinate a workshop?
That's fine.
Okay,
Real,
Yeah.
real quick, Steve.
yes, Emily.
If this hearing is over for 100 North Fifth, I have Bethany with the city that she had a question regarding the continuance on the property on North Sixth Street. If she'd be allowed to have the floor for a minute.
Sure.
Go ahead, Bethany.
All right, thank you. Good evening, gentlemen. We are wondering why we are being pushed to a March decision concerning the rendering that we did submit.
Yeah, but you didn't submit it in time for our workshop like we asked.
Correct, but that the what was requested is not pertinent to the relief that we're seeking. The relief that we're seeking is at the rear of the building, not at the front of the building.
Well,
and it was requested for the front of the building,
there
and we were not given a date for when your workshop was.
Well, there was a lot of questions about that over at the DPW thing, and so there were so many issues that were brought up by the board members. I thought it would behoove you and the city to request a continuance, and then we can make the decision for the March meeting, because otherwise it would have been a no. So you can pick your poison. If you don't want to have a continuance, I can put everybody.
Yeah, we were just looking for we were looking for clarification with that, because that was not what we were expecting after last month's meeting.
Well, there was questions about how it affects the historical look of the property and the neighborhood. That's one of the things. But there was so many issues brought up by the board members that we have to sit down in person to hash them out. So then if we need clarification, we can get back to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'll have Glenda reach out to everybody, and we'll have a reconciliation of some of these issues. And if in 2 weeks we know what the board's going to probably vote on in March, I can let Emily know that there's a probability of yes, no, indifference, and you can move forward from there. Okay, is that fair enough?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, folks.